ladies and gentlemen, Asgardians and mutants alike. Welcome to another Liam Maiden gameplay video. Back with more Marvel Strike Force today, where, as the title suggests, we're going to be taking legendary character Ebony Maw up to 6 and then 7 stars. So you do that by the Ebony Maw Black and Ebony event, which is a roving event. It only comes around every so often. Ebony Maw actually unlocks at 5 stars. And as you can see here, I've already completed those first 5 tiers. I unlocked him in a previous video. I will put a link up above in the top right hand corner and also down below. Do check that out if you haven't already and you want a little guidance on unlocking Ebony Maw. But today we're going to concentrate on tiers 6 through 8 because there's an extra tier here, tier 6. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But we're going to focus really on tier 8, the requirements for tier 8 here. So in order to unlock Ebony Maw, you need Black Bolt, who is another legendary character. Again, I'll pop a link in the top right hand corner and down below for my unlock video for Black Bolt. And to take Ebony Maw up to 7 stars, you need your 7-star Black Bolt. You then need 4 other Inhuman characters also at 7 stars, and they're recommending level 65, gear tier 11, and level 6 plus abilities for that final unlock there. Now, we are going to reach that no problem, but let's go over and take a quick look at the tunes, the Inhuman tunes that we are going to be using today. So starting off, of course, we have Black Bolt, a legendary tune. Now, as I said, I will put links down below to both the original unlock video for Black Bolt at 5 stars and then the 7-star upgrade video too, because you will need him at 7 stars if you want a 7-star Ebony Maw. Now, he's by far the most important of the Inhuman characters, obviously because he's required for the unlock, but he's also the most powerful. Now, all of my Inhuman characters are actually at the same level. I've got them at level 70 and gear tier 13, but a few differences. First of all, the ISO. So Black Bolt, I've got Striker at green 5, and I actually have all the T4s on Black Bolt. Now, I think I powered up Black Bolt along with actually the rest of the Inhuman characters originally for Doom War, I believe. I don't really get a huge amount of use out of them anymore, but that's the reason for all of those T4s on Black Bolt. You do not need those T4s for that unlock. Obviously, they're going to help us out, but they are by no means a requirement. Next up, we got Crystal. Just going through these in power order here. So again, as I said, they're all at the same level, level 70 and gear tier 13. I have 2 T4s on Crystal. Her passive, that's for that the health revive that she gives everybody else, second wind, and then on her ultimate 2. Again, neither of those are really necessary, although the T4 on the passive is nice to have if you run an Inhuman team frequently. And I've gone with Raider for her on the ISO 8, but only 4 there. Yo-Yo. Now, Yo-Yo also rocking the Raider, also only at green 4. Again, I do have 2 T4s on Yo-Yo, and I really do need to stress these are not going to be necessary for Ebony Maw today, but they do come in helpful if you use her on any sort of Inhuman team. So on her basic there, and then on her passive Swift Protector. Now, that is giving this extra attack as long as there are no other protectors on the team when Inhuman allies are hurt. So you do, if you're only running Yo-Yo is the only protector on the team, so you don't want to have her on a team. She's actually the only Inhuman protector, but any other team you're running her onto, this works as long as she's the only protector on the team. You get that extra passive attack from her as long as you don't have another protector. I think that one actually is worth having, although again, we're not going to need it for today. Karnak. Now, Karnak is probably my least favorite Inhuman tune. That said, he still is useful as part of this team, but to be honest with you, I think getting him up to 7-star, you're really only doing that for this Ebony Maw unlock. So for that reason, there's no T4s on him here, and I have gone with Skirmisher for his ISO, and again, that is only at green 4. Now, Ms. Marvel, little Ms. Marvel interlude here, because we're not actually going to use her on the team today, because as you can see, I only have Ms. Marvel at 6 stars. Now, she does have that Inhuman tag. She is an Inhuman. Forget what they did with the Disney Plus show, which I actually really enjoyed, by the way. They made her a mutant in that, but she is originally an Inhuman, so she retains that Inhuman tag in Marvel Strike Force, and I actually think she is an excellent addition to this team. So if you have her up at 7 stars, I would use her for the unlock. She's a brawler rather than a protector, so she doesn't screw up Yo-Yo's passive there. So I think she's a really great addition if you have her up at 7 star. And of course, since she's part of the Young Avengers lineup, she's a really great tune to farm as well. So I would add, although I'm not going to be using Ms. Marvel today, I would actually recommend using her and getting her up to 7 stars. So lastly, we have Quake. Now, she is actually the one that we're going to use to fill in this 5th spot today. I am more of a fan of Quake than I am of Karnak, for example, but I, again, have not invested in her. No T4s, but she is at level 70, gear tier 13, Striker at 4, screen on the ISO 8. Well, there you go. That is the lineup. Let's head over and have a look at the event. Now, before we actually use the Inhumans, we're going to take a look at tier 6 here. And this is a bonus tier, and originally it was to kind of introduce the Black Order here. So we're just gonna play this through just for reasons of completeness, right? So you can see how it actually works. So first of all, you get this borrowed Black Order squad here. That's not my squad, it's the squad that they just give you to use in this tier. So you don't need to worry about this tier. As I say, it was kind of designed just to sort of introduce the Black Order squad and Thanos as well as a character. Obviously they're old hat in the game now, but because of that, because it's designed to do that, it's got this little text here that kind of talks you through how the Black Order works and how Thanos works too. So we can go ahead and just ignore that today. We're just going to fight through this using this borrowed Black Order just so we can really get to tier 7 and actually continue to work on our unlock of Ebony Maw. So I think I'm going to go for Crystal first here because of that second wind ability, though obviously Ms. Marvel is going to taunt. But I think generally speaking, taking out Crystal first is a good move when you're going against Inhumans, because when she dies, that passive ability to heal other Inhuman allies dies with her. So you want to get rid of her quickly, and that was her gone just a few seconds ago there. Boom, we don't need to heal. So we're just going to pick everyone away, basically just as quickly as possible here. Boom, bye-bye Black Bolt. Karnak, some Asgardians, Yo-Yo and Quake. Now, if this was the first time you were ever seeing any of these characters, any of the Black Order characters, I think it would be pretty awesome. But you just have to pretend that's what you're doing when you play this one out. Pretend it's more exciting than it is. Okay, so here we go. We're just gonna dust them. Boom! There we go. So, mission accomplished. That is tier 6 out of the way. We've now been introduced to the Black Order and Thanos. Thank you so much for that. Now let's actually move on with our unlock. Thank you for the gold. Alright, so now that's out of the way. Let's move on to tier 7. So the recommendations for tier 7 here, obviously you need Black Bolt, Inhumans at 6 stars. They're saying 65, gear tier 11 and 6 abilities, 6 plus. So that's actually the same recommendations that they're making for the final one for tier 8 there as well. They preloaded that with Ms. Marvel. I'm actually going to just load up, there we go, my regular Inhuman squad in that order there. So just over 400,000 power, 403,000 power. Obviously they're saying gear tier 11 and we are at gear tier 13, so this really should be, I think, a walk in the park. But let's see how this goes. Could be famous last words, but I really don't think so. I think we've over prepared for this. As I said, I powered up my Inhumans. Boom. I powered up my Inhumans largely for Doom War, I think, way back when. You can kind of check out the videos there. Wow, that's a pretty silent Hulk. Oh, okay. So we've obviously got an issue with sound. I mean, man, this game, guys, right? This game. Every now and again, I get this issue. Let me know down below if you do too. I presume everybody does, where sometimes the sound, it's like certain sounds just don't load or something, because obviously there's a lot of sound we are getting here, but just particular sounds we're not. So the Hulks are silent right now. It sounds like some of the character sounds are kind of missing there. So you're not missing a huge amount from the game, but man, this game. Oh, Scopely. But anyway, we're slicing through these characters here. This was obviously, boom, total overkill. Total overkill there. That was very, very easy. There we go. So if you do happen to have your Inhuman characters up at gear tier 13, you're going to walk this, but I think gear tier 11, that'd be very doable as well. 200 extra Ebony Maw shards in the bag. Okay, so let's just move straight on to tier 8 here, see if we can keep this train rolling and take Ebony Maw right up to 7 stars. So again, exactly the same order for the team there, 403,586 power. They're recommending the same levels and the same gear for tier 8 as they did for tier 7. So again, I think we are just going to walk this, and I really think their recommendations are probably spot on. I think at gear tier 11, without any T4s, you might struggle a little bit. I think that'd be made an awful lot easier by bringing Ms. Marvel with you for her taunt and her AoE as well. But you know, it depends. You just got to use what you've got, right? And if you need to take people up a little higher than 65, maybe up, higher than 60, maybe up to 65, even 70, and maybe throwing extra gear pieces, maybe taking, I don't know, Black Bolt up to gear 12. I think that's going to make all of the difference. If you're going to take just some people up to gear 12, I would say probably Black Bolt and Yo-Yo. If you want to throw a third in there, I would say Crystal. Karnak and Quake you don't really have to invest in as much. They're just not as useful. But if you do already happen to have high levels of gear on your Inhumans, they're just not at the right star level, you are going to absolutely be able to walk this. I think at one point I was planning on maybe using Black Bolt for Dark Dimension. I think I maybe used him on DD3. I gotta be honest with you, I really don't remember, but I definitely didn't take him any higher than that, and I don't plan to use him. I'm still powering up my teams for DD5. I don't plan to use him on DD5, so this is probably kind of as far as I'm going to go in terms of gear with Black Bolt, unless there's a rework, which of course there may be, never say never, but it looks like this is more than enough. Of course, if you have unlocked Ebony Maw already and you did it with lower gear levels, do let me know down below. Always very happy to hear about other people's experiences and to share them with the community here. So vultures, they are kind of annoying. No blinds? Okay. Oh no, that's not the ability that does blinds. That's his special ability that he's probably going to do next, which will potentially blind people here. But I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, often I'd be trying to avoid that, but we're in such good shape. So there we go. That's second win for Black Bolt. That's the boom. Okay, so we blinded Karnak and Crystal, so that was a blind move from Karnak there. Boom, bye-bye Vulture with that extra attack again from Black Bolt. Boom, second win for Quake. Perfect. That was the blind attack on Crystal. But I mean, we have got this. Wasn't even close. Boom. Boom. There we go. Well, that is it, folks. That is Tier 8 completed. The final tier for the Black and Ebony event. That's those extra 500 shards in the bag. The 500 shards we need to take Ebony Maw from 5 to 7 stars, which we are going to go and do right now. Here we are, good old Ebony Maw. Now once again, Ebony Maw, a bit like Black Bolt character, I think I used on DD3, and he does have a lot of uses. He is a useful character in the game, but I kind of stopped investing in him a little while ago. Let's rank him up now though anyway. He is a powerful toon, he is a powerful legendary, and he really does make a difference with Black Order, but again, it's a squad that's kind of fallen out of favor. It's definitely no longer a meta squad, hasn't been for quite some time, but I will take that 7-star power up. Boom, there we go, another 7-star legendary, not to be sniffed at, and he does definitely have use in the game. I still use him in war for attack, for example. On defense, Black Order can still be a viable team, but in order to make him actually viable, I'd need to invest in him more because he is only a gear tier 14. I've got no T4s on him. His ISO is looking a little weak there. But again, let me know down below what you think of Ebony Maw, the kind of things you use him for in the game. If you've just unlocked him, let me know the squad you used and the level they were at. If you're thinking of unlocking him, let me know what you are going for. But there we go. That is it for me today. I am happy that I got Ebony Maw up at that level, and I'm pleased that I did it without having to throw any additional pieces on my gear pieces, that is, on my Inhumans, although they were already a little overpowered. At the time, as I said, I upgraded them for Doom War and maybe for DD3, I think I maybe used Black Bolt in, but generally speaking, I would not recommend right now with the state of the game throwing a lot of gear on Inhumans. There's not that much utility for them, so you just need to get them up to 7-star, get them up to gear tier 11, and then I don't think you're really going to have any problems walking this event. Well, there you go. That is all from me today. Thanks for being a part of this journey. If you have found this video informative or entertaining in any way, please consider giving it a like, a thumbs up down below. I really do appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. And hey, while you're here, why not consider subscribing to Liam Aiden Gameplay? I drop new gameplay videos for Marvel Strike Force, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and a smattering of other games every now and then, every single week, and I would love to have you along for the ride. Well, that is all from me today. I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, look after each other.